Hello, everybody. Welcome. Get my eyeballs on. For those who don't know me, my name is Master Juniper Blue Mystique. I am an Ascension Master, a Master Healer of all modalities, and a Divine Guide. I'm coming on today to bring a live healing. I don't know all of what's going to come through today, but it is a live healing, and I'm already kind of seeing steps to take. But again, I'm leaving this one wide open. Some of us are aware that the energies right now are quite palpable. Hello, Lisa. Good morning. They are very, very real, very relevant. And I'm going to kind of incorporate all modalities into this healing today as well. I myself have been doing a lot of internal work. And that's kind of what is required at this time, right? An internal focus. So before we truly begin, Spirit's asking me to have you do something. Can you start drawing out your biggest worries? Because I'm going to pull them out and we're going to get rid of them. Okay? That's first thing. So just go ahead and let your biggest worries surface. I don't want you to verbalize them too much, right? Just draw them forward. I don't need you to tell me what they are. Yes, lots of internal work at this time. I've been doing it myself. Big time, opening that heart back up. I don't want to know what your worries are. I don't want to verbalize them, but I'm going to draw them out for you and we're going to get rid of them. Okay, that's the first part. Because I want us rising into love. Okay, there will be a little bit of sound healing, a little bit of what you call Reiki, I call guided light healing, energy healing, as well as a message and a guided meditation. So it's truly just a very powerful healing, and that's what it's meant to be. I don't, again, know what's going to come through all the way. They always surprise me a little. It could be gentle. It could be something really cool. We never know. I do have my drum. I do have some bay leaves. I've got some Palo Santo at my stage. It's just all in. Okay. So all you have to do to receive it is just be present, intend to receive it. If you could, though, put your feet on the floor, not crossed, because I want to draw a clear line. You don't have to. I can work around it, but it truly does help you receive 1,000%. Okay. Whatever is for you, no matter what comes through. I will call forth your higher self and truly connect you to your higher self in a very big way. So there's a little bit of nervous energy. So I'm just going to start clearing that out a little bit. Okay. I do burp as a healer. That's why it's hard for me to do these new Reiki type healings that I've been doing, because I've been downloading new symbols for them, because we're calling everything back to the wholeness, right? Back to the wholeness of the light of the one. And so, within that, we're making everything whole again. So I've been getting new downloads, and I'm trying to do it without burping is a whole new world, because when I do connect, when I draw out energies, I do burp. And it's funny when I do one-on-one sessions too. Remember, sometimes the first time they're like, yeah, it's jarring, but we get used to it. I'm like, thanks. All right. So if a burp, it's a good thing. If not, that's okay too. All right. I'm already burping. So I do have some cards for a message too, okay? But I want you to draw forth your worries. And I'm going to start kind of cleansing those out. Draw forth your worries. What is worrying you? What is ailing you? What is weighing heavy on your heart? Right? What is blocking your manifestations? Lots of chills there. Whatever it is, I want you to allow it, give it permission to draw forth. Excuse me. I noticed when I started talking about new upgraded symbols of Reiki and burping and stuff, somebody left. That's okay. Right? Maybe we're not quite ready for this type of healing. That's okay too. I hope you are, though. Just be open, right? Things are amazing. I've seen a lot lately of people opening their hearts maybe in ways they never have. An example is I have clients that I do one-on-one, right? And they buy packages and they've been giving them to their friends who are either terminally ill or can't afford sessions. And it's just, they just care so much to help them. And it warms my heart. Like there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of people I've noticed praying for others. Rather than a focus of self, right? It's like opening our heart to the totality of all connectedness more and more. It's never just about us, is it? No. And some humbling back to God, right? Humbling of the heart space, humbling of peace and love. I mean, we all want beautiful things, but don't we want them for all of us, right? And that's kind of the new earth. So I'm seeing a lot of hearts rising. There won't be lies in the new earth. There won't be toxicity. There won't be division and separation. There won't be judgment. Can I get an amen on that one? Hallelujah, right? We won't have to worry about who's better than who and being like the Joneses. So I don't know about you, but I've worked hard for that. I really, really, really have. So there's some really palpable stuff going on right now, but also some very beautiful stuff too. Okay. So it's all about how we perceive the things around us, right? It truly, truly, truly is. And I could focus a lot about like, ooh, you guys, these earthquakes are aligning up with the pyramid activations. And there's like lots of cool stuff that I did, but I want to focus on the love. We got to focus on the love regardless. That love is going to carry us through a lot of things. And I'm getting chills. So start drawing out your biggest fears, your biggest worries for yourself or others. It doesn't matter. Another cool thing was, I had this client I've never known, and I could just hear all these people praying for her. I could hear the prayers. It was the coolest thing to experience, like all these prayers and all these people just surrounding her and praying. And they weren't doing it while I was there. I could just hear it. And it was a beautiful moment. So there's a lot of that going on, right? A lot of love opening up. Woohoo! I love it. So I'm already starting to draw some stuff out. Okay. I want you to allow it to draw to the surface. I'm not here to have you saturate yourself in it. I don't want to overwhelm you in it. I want you to draw it up and give it to God. Just draw it up. Just intend to give it to me, and I'm going to take it from you. Okay. And we're going to get rid of it. We're going to transmute that energy. Excuse me. I don't care what it is. Fears, grievances, sorrows, money woes, it doesn't matter. Okay. Whatever it is. So I have called on the Creator, and I'm going to do it again. Call on the Creator of all it is and all the angels and guides that be. Your higher self, and any of your guides and beings that wish to be with us in the presence of this healing today. Any shadows you're struggling with, any veils of illusions that are kind of clouding the way, I'm going to help take those from you. Okay. I'm going to take them. I'm going to uncloud your path. I'm going to open the heart. Bring you back to the feeling of joy and love and understanding. Excuse me. See, can't help it, but that's a good thing. So I'm just drawing them out. And as I'm doing that, I'm drawing in a beautiful white light. Beautiful. With a pink hue. So pink rays of the goddess light coming in as well. Gods and goddesses, right? Both. Masculine and feminine. The sun and the moon. Excuse me again. Calling them forward. I am hearing transparency required. We want transparency. We want to be able to see the totality of things, but that's not always easy. Sometimes these energies get really heavy, and sometimes they come in when we're at our weakest moments, when we're sleeping, like first thing in the morning. Have you ever had that where you wake up and you're like bogged down by these just, this heavy energy? Yeah, let's take it. We're taking it. Forgiveness. So I'm kind of going right into the center of the heart. I can feel it. Excuse me. There is somebody's mother here. Spiritually speaking, this is on the other side. So somebody's mother's coming through. But there's also, like, I keep hearing the word like grief and grievances, both of those, but separate, right? So grievances could be like struggling. Sometimes what I'm hearing is like struggling with what was left behind. And this could be for whoever's here, whoever's later. I don't know. But I have to say it's because somebody's mother's stepping forward. And there's a lot of talk about like struggling with what was left behind. And sometimes it's like a legacy. The legacy I left isn't exactly what I wanted to leave. And please don't fight over grievances, because so bow out of it, right? Like there's something else going on. So whoever that's for, I'm here to help with the grievances. To help with the pain I've left behind. With the struggle, unanswered questions. To help your heart unwind. So whoever that's for. Oh, there's like a blockage. So I'm going to draw up some light as I'm doing this as well through your vessel. And this is just whatever's troubling you. Okay. This is just where we're starting. This is not the whole thing. So hang in there. It's going to get more. They want me covering a few things today because I feel like it's just so much energy that's being drawn out to the surface. I'm hearing bay leaf. My microphone is like, I'm going to hit it. I know I am. Excuse me. See why it's hard to do like ASMR Reiki? I'm like, I have to mute it. I can't make noises. Nobody wants to hear the burping, but it's a good thing too. Like I was noticing no other Reiki artist does that. But I'm like really truly drawing the energy out. I can't help it. So the vision I'm getting is like scraping all the dirt, the muck, right? Like stuff we sweep under the rug sometimes, stuff that we have to set aside sometimes to deal with life. Because we maybe not have time to deal with it, or maybe it's too much. We don't know how to deal with it, or it's been swept under the rug for a long time. So I'm just kind of sweeping out from under the rug, so to speak. I keep hearing the word grievances. That was a big one. I knew it was coming. Sorry. Came from the depths, the depths of the being. See? It's good though. It's good. So not only am I getting rid of them, I'm energetically burning them. So I'm kind of visualizing the violet flame and the white flame, and I'm just throwing them into it. We're helping to transmute, but also change the circumstances. helping to process grief and remove blocks. Past lifetime stuff too, I'm seeing. Excuse me. A little bit more of this, and then we're going to move on. Just allow whatever it is to come on out. God hears you. We got you. There is a little bit of a shadow that I'm seeing. There it is. It almost looks like it's not your, like it's like attached to somebody's backside. That's how I'm seeing it. And it's like this entity almost, right? And I don't mean to talk like that, like, but it is what I see. I have to say what I see. It's like this dark embodiment. It's lack of light, right? So there's no fear here. That's not what this is about. This is because I'm going to get rid of it. But I see it like on the backside. It like hangs about. And it, lots of chills. It's like the vibration is so low, it's kind of attached, you know what I mean? But then it keeps like sucking the life out of you. And it almost feels like everything I try to do, it just feels defeated. I feel like I can't get my right footing. Like I just can't quite set myself free. Like I just see this, it's literally entity like looking thing. Okay. And again, this is not about fear. I'm not here to do an exorcism, but I'm here to relieve it. I'm here to take it away, cut it off, burn it away. But the way I see it, it's almost like a shadow. It's literally coming off of somebody's vessel, and it's just like a shadow, but it's like a being, right? It's not as simple as a shadow, so I don't want to downgrade it. But it really does truly like suck the life out of you. I almost feel like it attached at some kind of traumatic point in life, but the vibration's so low and it just keeps you that way. For whoever this is. This isn't everybody. This is somebody. So I'm going to start to clear out the auric field first, and it doesn't like it, right? Like it doesn't like it. So you might feel it. You might feel a little, but that's okay. Just keep your space open. Keep your space here. Don't go away. It attached through grief. So through trauma, like something happened. I don't know what, car accident, who knows, but it was something traumatic and it attached, and it keeps the vibration down. It keeps me bogged down. It almost like blocks anything freaking good from coming in, you know? Keeps me clouded, keeps me blinded. My head hurts too. Like I'm getting a headache as I'm starting to do this. So I'm starting to actually draw it out of the energy for whoever this is. I can just see it drawing out the backside, like out of your auric field, out of your vessel, out of your spiritual side, out of your soul. It does attach to the heart space. So there's like, again, trauma or grief, and it got in, and I feel it in the heart space. Like an attachment. So I'm going to draw in some light, also the white flame and the violet flame beneath your feet. And I'm going to do it for everybody here so we can just clear it completely. So even if this isn't for you, your feet are being doused in the violet flame and the white flame. I can feel it. So I'm kind of circling the energy, literally just circling the energy, kind of creating like a tornadic storm of light, like to help draw it out of the attachments of you. Because sometimes they get deeply embedded, right? Like a tangle web we weave, they embed themselves in our energy. And then it's the layers that we have to detach from. So I'm like kind of pulling it out layer by layer by layer. There's some fear, but I feel like it's really attached to the grief. kind of like, what's the point, right? What's the point? What's the point? Ugh. So I see emotional turmoil as well, and I'm starting to separate. So I'm drawing whoever this belongs to or is attached to. I'm drawing them forward. I'm kind of drawing them forward through this bubblic field. I don't know what you want to call it. Almost like a field, like a doorway energy of light, and they won't be able to follow. And this is going to help me separate and then make sure it doesn't return. Look at that, yeah. So I hear like troubled waters. It has to deal with emotion. It's emotional ties, emotional nuances, emotional weaknesses, grief. Grief. So I see like this water underneath your feet. And again, I'm protecting everybody that's here. Just a big, beautiful bubble of light. And we're going to remove this. We're going to remove this. So I'm also seeing a few angels step forward to help protect the heart, but also like help you with grief. So like all this green light is starting to come into the heart space and fill the void of the attachment of the shadow. We'll call it a shadow figure. It's kept you quite detached from your body. And I didn't see this coming. Just hang in there, everybody. But we don't want to leave. We don't want to leave. We want to put up bubbles of light and just make sure we remain for a moment. No judgments, no expectations. But this is attached to grief, deeply in the heart space. Like I feel yucky. I feel ill. I feel yucky. My vibration's very low. So I'm using the water beneath the feet to start like cleansing, start swishing, start waving, start cleansing, like it would in the washing machine. It's just moving around and it's helping to kind of draw out some of that grief so that you don't carry all that grief anymore and so that it can't reattach through that grief anymore. It's going to give you a barrier and a releasing point, but also help to carry some of that grief because when it's grief like this, it can be hard to carry on our own and nobody likes to sit with us in that. Right? But the angels will. And so they're going to help carry some of, I got chills, some of this grief. And I'm putting like this green bubble of light around the heart space for whoever this belongs to. Sometimes when grief so bad happens, it makes us question God, question reality, question love altogether. But let me tell you, it's not God. God doesn't want anybody to suffer. He really, truly does not. We're all connected and we all deserve love, safety, blessings, and to be able to trust the world around us. So I'm seeing it detaching and detaching and detaching and detaching. And in a moment, I'm going to cut it off and kind of walk this person's energy through a vessel. It's almost like a doorway, kind of like a portal, but it's not exactly that, but it's a barrier. It's a barrier of cleansing that it cannot pass with you through. And once that happens, I'm going to like allow it to burn in the dust, to burn into dust. I don't know what else you want me to say, but that's the image I get is burning it. It needs to detach and burn. It's going to burn. It doesn't belong and it won't make it through that light. Grief. Allow the words to heal. Allow your voice to heal. Just kind of. Archangel Gabriel is also coming forward, and it's like the messenger of God, but bringing you into the house of God, bringing you into the house of forgiveness, and to be able to see things a little bit differently. Giving you space for that grief to process, and they're going to help you carry it. And so now I'm finally just cutting. It's almost like this shadow picture, like it connects to the feet, right? And then it goes behind, but it's very casting. It's taller and blinding. And now that I've drawn it out of the heart space, they put that bubble of light around the heart, and we're just detaching it from the shadow side of things. So from like behind you, like if I cast a shadow, right, from the light, the sun comes on you and it casts a shadow, and I'm just cutting it from them, detaching it from you completely, and then pulling you through this bubble barrier. And the angels are just like helping to just like pull you right on through. And as that happens, that thing can't pass, and it's trying to, but it can't. It's defeated. It's like can't. And so it doesn't need to be around anymore, right? And so I start to see like these flames just and I mean, it is an earth shift after all. So is that normal just to burn them? No, but it's where it's going. It's just burning. It's burning and burning and burning. And the image I get is that this person that this was with has come through that barrier with the help. And I see them like on their knees, like I'm completely drained. I'm completely like, how do I say, processing something I didn't even quite understand existed. At my knees, like I fall to my knees, and I'm just like almost when we come to God, right? Like just that's kind of the image I get. And all the angels surrounding, and this bubble of green light around your heart, and then a puddle of water to help you continue to process those emotions, because you don't need to carry them on your own. And finding somebody to help you carry it can be quite daunting, but the angels will. Okay, so thank you for holding space for that. Now everybody's got like this bubble of light, so we can continue to clear the space, and the flames beneath your feet of violet and white. Just an added extra that I had to take care of. Oh God, sorry. Lots of tears coming out of my eye on that one. It was actually intense, and I felt like I was going to throw up a few times. Like I didn't feel good. So now I'm going to light my blue sage, and we're going to get going a little bit more into the guided healing for whatever spirit wants to bring through for all of us. I'm going to put up another dome of protection, and also kind of surround us with salt in the energy. Yummy, almost like very large grain salt, not like table salt, right? Like I can see it as like very large grain salt, like big chunks. And it's just going into this energy for whoever joins this, whenever they join this. It is timeless. And making sure all of our energy are in this safe space of love. Love. So the earth is what they're telling me is kind of going into what we would call like the ashram of Christ. Now, what does that mean, right? The earth, the vibration of earth, the energy coming into earth is so intense. It's as if we're all going into the house of God. Okay. And that's why we're seeing a lot of things kind of malfunction. Okay. From weird airplane stuff to glitching in the matrices, whatever you want to call them. People can't hide truths as well anymore. And before Trump became president, I had mentioned he was going to win, but his path was to clear truths, right? So it may not be what we want to see. It may not be what we expected. We just can't stay the same. We can't remain the way the things were. So it's new perspectives forming. Is a really good way to say that. So I had somebody from one of my clients that doesn't live here. I work with people all over the world. That's the blessing of Zoom and the internet. And she doesn't speak English all that great, but she asked me, how safe I felt in this world with this stuff going on, because they like to push a lot of fear. So the message I'm getting here is no matter what's going on, hold on to safety in your heart space. Spirit is saying we will find safety when we are anchored into the right things. Okay. So even if things get scary, do not fear. Okay. Fear is not God. God is not here to create fear. Okay. Things are not happening to create fear, but they want us in fear. It's what they've done so well. God is good. He really is good. These energies are good. We just have to rise to them. Okay. We have to rise to them. The ascension doesn't happen to you. It only happens through you. Through your ability to let in the light. Through your ability to rise in the vibration. Okay. Internal work. A soul path is the path of the heart, not the path of an external focus in the mind. It is truly separating yourself from the mind to the heart and becoming heart-centered. That's why some people won't make it. They won't rise. They won't choose to rise because being in their heart center causes them to shut that down. Does that make sense? It's like we're so accustomed to not being in our heart center that a lot of people will shut it down. Not to mention all the avenues of the matrix blueprint, okay? And the stronghold, and people call them sheeple, the mind control. I don't like that. I feel like that's judgment as well. But they did get in and create a reality that people anchored into very strongly. So it's very important to give yourself permission. How do I put this? Because it's important. So it's as if you come into the house of God and you just let everything else go. You humble yourself. You open your heart far and wide and you let go of what truly doesn't matter. And that's the best way to put it. And that's what I was doing this morning. It's like almost the image I get. I was like falling to your knees and just being humbly open. Knowing that it's beyond us, it's bigger than us, and we need to humble ourselves to the presence of God. And that's what I'm hearing. Okay. God is very real, but there was shadow using a lot of that. So just be. Okay. Just be. We don't have to believe. We just need to be, because grief can cause us to forget. Okay. You don't have to believe. God is asking you to be. God is asking for us to open our hearts and be. Okay. All right. So quick message. See what Spirit has to say. And then I'm going to go into a guided healing and I'm letting Spirit take it away. I don't know what's coming. This whole thing has been like that though. Lots of releasing and connecting. Oh, I'm hearing one more. I'm not sure about this one. So, okay. Yep. So we have, kind of goes with the message I was giving. Lay of the land. Layout of the land changes when open doors are used. This is exactly what I was saying, as ascension doesn't happen to you, only through you. 33, master numbers, okay? 13, this 7th gate. Lay of the land. The layout of the land only changes when doors are used, okay? God will bring you to the door. He will help you through the door. But it's that like, I got to take the actions, okay? I have to trust. Coming into faith when faith was rocked, right, can be difficult. But it's what we need to do. Consider my journey, right? Like the things that I had to do. I got judged hardcore. People probably will. And that's okay, because that's their shadow. The shadow doesn't want us rising. But we forgot how to love unconditionally. We forgot how to... I keep coming to the word humble, and I don't know if I like that word. but it's just be willing to be open no matter what plays out and trust that all will be well. I feel like that's the barrier some of us have. But the ascension doesn't happen to you. It can only happen through you. You must become soul path aligned. And that's the path of the heart space, not of the mind. Okay. The mind was quite tainted. That's the 666. That's where they got in. Mount Shasta, when I cleared that. In Fiji, when I activated the pyramid there, it kind of explains why that collective mind funk, right? Why those thoughts get in. And sometimes they're not our thoughts. You can tell that. Like they can be bombarding and they can come in when we least expect it. And they can truly bring us down, and they can be loud, and they can be hard to call our power back. That's some of the first steps we have to take, is being able to get out of our head and get into our heart space, not to make judgments, not to assume we know, because we don't know. These things are bigger than us. And I remember in my awakening, I said that many times. It's like, I don't understand. This is bigger than me, but I knew I needed to just, it's words that don't exist. You know what I mean? Like, just open my heart and surrender. And no matter what people threw at me, no matter how much judgments came my way, no matter how alone I felt, I had to put down what didn't matter, because it's bigger than we are. I knew it was bigger than me. Activating pyramids, what does that mean? I knew it was bigger than me, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know what was happening, and I didn't need to understand it. I just knew that I felt the presence, and I felt my heart open, and I felt that guidance, and I knew there was urgency to it. And I just kept following it. And anything that came against it, I knew it didn't feel right, because I was internally focused. And nothing else mattered. Putting down what doesn't matter. Putting down what doesn't matter. You know, being alone, yeah, there was a lot of that. Feeling alone, yeah, but learning how we're really truly never alone, and calling in the right things and anchoring into the right things, and letting go of all those nuances that just didn't matter, you know? What truly matters? Emotions can be overwhelming, but it is important to feel them and allow them to flow through you. That is the way of mastery. It's never about perfection. Perfection is judgment. Who's better than who? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Who's watching? Who cares? It doesn't matter. What matters is allowing our heart to be free from what is not, and releasing all of lack. The sky is not the limit. We do not know how far we can go or how much we can do until we test it. Reach beyond the stars. The stars is actually a limitation. Okay? Reach for the stars. I don't like to say that. Just give yourself permission to be free of lack. Okay? Anything is possible. But we also need to protect our future. Because you see, the thing is about the ascension is knowing what I've done. We can't go back. We can't try again. This is it. Like, this is the time that we truly need to take things. I don't like the word seriously either, but for real, like, these are bigger than us. It's bigger than our limited mind space. It's bigger than our limited scope of understanding. And trying to throw out expectations and judgments is a waste of our time. Like, it truly is. We're not meant to know everything. We can't see at the soul level. We can't see past the shadow. And so what we need to do is just follow those subtle nudges of the heart, no matter how difficult it may seem, without hesitation. Because when we hesitate to the heart and to God is when we're giving our power to the shadow. And we don't have another chance to do it again. This is it. That's why they call it the end of days. God doesn't call it that. It's just the end of ways. So it's being willing to let go of what we knew and giving space for a new comfort zone in what is unfamiliar. Trusting that even if others judge you and hurt you, you will be okay. You will find love. You will be safe. It's trusting that you're a creator, and stop giving our power away to the wrong things. Okay. So when I say protecting your future, that's what it's about. All right. We all have ways of securing and protecting our future. Consider logic and protection. What does that mean? When I'm too logical, am I safe? Not necessarily. Not anymore. The matrix is falling. We can at least come to the consensus of this, right? We're kind of aware that things are not kosher anymore. Things are not making sense anymore. It's hard to find solid ground in something that's falling. The only way we're going to find solid ground is in my heart space and detaching from that external, constant logical explanation, because there isn't logic in Ascension to 7D. It makes you feel crazy, right? It doesn't make sense, but it's not meant to make sense because it's in here and we have to expand out of what was limited. Okay. So in order to actually protect ourselves, going deeply into the heart space, balance and self-love is your keys to feeling comfortable again. That's the only way you're going to, because one world is falling. So it's almost like you're coming off of a cliff and we have to jump up off the falling foundation, right? Well, it's not going to feel secure at first. You're going to feel really foreign. It's going to feel weird and you might be judged. People do like to do that. It's not like they like to do, it's what we know to do. The shadow will use anything it can, including that of which is important to us. So we have to be willing to detach from that. And it's truly when you come into the house of God and you just go down on your knees and you can't do anything but just like, there's no words for that, what I'm trying to explain. That's where we need to be right now. Heart open, humbled, focusing on love and unity and togetherness and forgiveness. And we are literally coming into the house of God. Okay. And I'm not talking about a religious God. I'm talking about our hearts. Okay. Religion is part of the Matrix blueprint. It truly is. I undid the Sistine Chapel. And when you know the truth, it sets you free. So I'm not talking about a religious base of judgment. Everybody, but you better do this. You're going to hell. Please don't do that. It's not about that. It's just about giving ourselves permission to let go of what's not, to be humbly present, regardless of worrying about what doesn't matter. Okay. Changing that patterning, right? Release old patterning and an outdated blueprint. We cannot worry about what doesn't matter anymore. Don't worry about who's going to judge you, because here's the thing about that is in Revelations 21:12, it talks about the testaments. And when I was activating the pyramids, there was lessons even I had to come through. And I had to be able to choose love over everything, which eventually God showed me what I was doing and how it went with Revelations 21:12. And I'm like, oh my God, that makes sense. There's 13 gates, 13 houses back to the light. And it's just rising through what doesn't matter, being able to clear it and choose love the whole way. Okay. And your wounds and your ego and all that kind of stuff is what blinds you. Okay. That's why we have to let go of what doesn't matter. We can't focus externally, letting go of the blueprint of what once was. And it talks about the testaments. What are the testaments? And when you understand the truth, is like the Matrix blueprint or love, unconditional love. Okay. Is money more important than love? No. And money's going to test you. Should you be afraid without money? No, we shouldn't be. That's not normal. And it was never meant to be that way. Okay. We are creators. And so those are one of the testaments, right? The shadow's going to try and tempt you. Those are the temptations, that poison apple, somewhat nuanceical with the imagery, but it's if when you break it down to the true meaning of it, right? The testaments, the temptations. Well, I don't want to be judged, so I'm going to stop what I'm doing because I don't want people to judge me. Then you become that judgment because you just gave your power away to judgment. If somebody's going to judge you, let them judge you and still give them love, still show up, still shine above. Okay. This is why some people will choose not to do the work, because it's not always easy. It's not meant to be easy, or we don't grow as a soul. We have to let go of what was easy and truly come into the wholeness of ourselves. And that's about power pull. Okay. They like our power. So it tests you with those matrix blueprints. Religion, if you listen to religion, it's all about judging and division. And that's not God. It doesn't quite make sense. But when you really know what happened, the Holy Grail and all that kind of stuff, and the Last Supper, with the truth you will find on this channel, it's not what they say it was, then it kind of gives you that permission to just be free and be Be still and just be, right? We don't have to believe. We just have to be. We don't have to understand. We just have to show up. Okay. But if you give your power away, if you allow fear to control you and stop you, you become that fear. That's the karmic blueprint. Okay. So if I allow money to be most important to me over love, then I'm going to basically become blinded anything past that. Okay. Because money is not more important than love. We should all deserve the same. There should be no suffering. There should be no division. There should be no control and power. And I shouldn't be afraid that I can't feed my kids unless I do what they want me to do. That's not New Earth, and that's not God, and it's not meant to be that way. Okay. And that's when they talk about abundance being returned to the divine. That's what it's talking about. So if you pay attention to the matrix, it used these systems to create power depletion to where we're afraid. It's like being imprisoned and we didn't even realize we're imprisoned. Okay. And so whenever those tests come up, say, no, I'm free. You don't have to control me. I'm a creator. So what we are capable of doing is releasing what is not, rising up into a high vibration. When my vibration is at its highest point, it's instantaneous manifestation. This is true because I'm not a manifester. I'm a creator. I have the power of God in here. We all do. Home is where the heart is. Okay. So the more we humble ourselves, let go of what doesn't matter, open our hearts and follow that path, even if we feel alone at times, even if we are judged, let them, because it's their shadow. We can't pull them out if we don't. Okay. Justifying behavior doesn't serve you with the moon. That's what that talks about. Those things don't matter. I cannot change. I cannot grow as a soul if I let those take my power. Money, ego, greed, right? Judgment, fear, expectations. Resentment is another one that came up in my twin flame union course. It was like complete made sense. When we're in resentment, it's because we had expectations and judgments. We only resent somebody because we expected them to do or be something they weren't capable of doing in that moment. And expectations, judgments. You see how that works? I hope so. I hope that helps. Let's see what our loved ones have to say really quick as I take us into the guided healing. I don't, again, know it's going to come in this guided healing, but I want to open it up to whatever we all need, whatever is going to come through. Oh, I like this one. So these are my decks that I created as I was bringing through the ascension work. This was in the beginning part of my union with my twin soul. So I really do like these ones. Within the loss, something can be gained. Okay. This is not always easy to come to because shit hurts. It really does, right? Like stuff can hurt. I know. I went through a lot of pain on my journey. And through that pain, I still had to keep my heart open and know that it's okay, right? It's okay. The shadow is what it is. And it's where love is not is all that matters. And so when we get a new perspective of instead of loss, example, my dad died on Valentine's Day. It was not a good, pleasant experience. It wasn't just like I got a phone call and he had passed. I watched him die on Valentine's Day. And my kids, it was not pretty. And there was a lot more to it I don't want to get into, but it was very traumatic. But if it weren't for that, my awakening would not have occurred. And I wouldn't have started the path of activating pyramids and all this other crazy stuff because it forced me internal. And so even sometimes in the biggest losses or what we deem as a loss is not necessarily a loss. And I knew once he passed, there was freedom there. Okay. And it hurt, but I also thank him every day. So within a loss of any kind, there is something there that we can gain. Okay. New perspectives is truly what that talks about. And it's because sometimes when things are lost, we feel empty and we fill them with what's to be gained. Okay. And this one came up the other day in the Valentine's Day message. It's a lost item. And again, I'm hearing you're searching for something that can only be found in the heart space. Go to your heart center. Even if it's an external item, when you open your heart, things will be clear and you will see what you weren't seeing before. So whoever's searching for something, and I feel like it's all of us right now, truly, I've had to go into deeper layers of my heart recently as well. So we truly need to go within, and that's where the answers are going to come without. Okay, come out. All right, my friends. So my hair is super long, getting stuck to my chair. Forgive me. Oh, okay. I've been having to do my own internal healing work, so I woke up late and just showered. My hair is like all over the place. Okay, see? It's caught on my thing. Bear with me. All right, you guys, are you ready? Now we're going to get into the guided healing. I don't know what's coming. I'm going to give it to God like I do all things. I love to surrender, to be free and humbled, and just love. Just love. Coming together in union and joy, remembering love again in ways we've forgotten. That's what it's always about. Coming to the heart center. So asking your higher selves to send down a cord of light of connection. I'm going to help draw it down from the heavens above. So I want you to just kind of close your eyes. Put your feet on the floor. Your palms kind of open or up in receptive mode. Kind of feeling into your body for a moment. Wherever you wish, just connect to your body for just a moment. And as you're connecting to your body, there's a star way up in the heavens above, way up in the sky above you, that's going to start flickering. A very beautiful, unique star, starting to shine so bright. No matter if it's day or night, you're going to see this star. So we can take our focus from internal and draw it up through the heavens above till you find that star. Take your focus from your vessel, your chest, your body, wherever it was, and begin to draw it upward, up above your head, into the world, into the wind, into the sky, through the clouds, into the ethereal, into the starry spaces where all the stars are. And there will be a star flickering just for you. Find that star. Find that star. Find that star. Connect to that star. Connect to it. See it, feel it. Just know it's there. That star is for you. That star is of you. It's for your higher self and you to connect through. So from that star, see a cord of light coming down from the star, going back down through the skyline, coming all the way down into the presence of you. This cord of light coming into your crown, into your third eye, through your throat, and into your heart. Into your heart. This cord of light, the connection of you, connects you to your higher self, the totality of you, releasing separation, confusion, and blindness, connecting you completely to your higher self, your presence, your oneness, through all, through the Creator, the light above, the stars above you, connecting you now. As it's now connecting to your heart space, I'm going to allow the light to trickle down from that star, from your higher self, coming down even more, a vibrant white light, down that connection that cord we just created, coming down from the heavens, down through the ethereal and the skyline, into your upper chakra systems, helping to release and clear out what is not, anxiety, confusion, detachment. Bringing this light down now towards your crown chakra, into the crown, into your third eye, into your throat, and into your heart space, connecting it more, connecting it more. Balakiantawa, tumpalago ua, ua, gutoya, gutoya the ua. Sending light now from the gods above, the masculine and feminine ones, the goddesses and gods. Sending a pink light and a blue light through that connection from your higher self down, from the heavens above. A pink and blue light coming down to cleanse out from your higher chakras, coming down through the sky above you, into your soul star chakra, helping to show you your soul path. Kembala entaro uture iyo, palikato untoa ta elekianto, pauataia, kalekita onto, paiedo unta, pauataia, paelekianto lo unto oa. The soul star chakra is cleansing and tilting and aligning and opening and shining so bright, bringing in the sun and the moon as well, going down beneath it to your other upper chakras and into your crown. Removing some debris from the crown chakra with the pink and blue light and the sun and the moon. The great northern star guiding you down into the third eye, into the throat, removing debris in the throat. I need to adjust the throat. There's some fear and guilt in the throat. Fear and guilt and doubt. Grief. Just like a wound, like it's almost like if we've been through the ringer. We're tired, we're beat up, we're scarred, and I'm just bringing healing in, opening it up. So I see like the yin and the yang, the moon and the sun, the moon on the left of your throat, the sun on the right. Removing a division, a barrier from light, from the center of the throat. Pushing past that and into the heart space. Opening the heart. Opening the heart. Bringing a balance of the masculine and the feminine, the moon and the sun, the moon on the left, the sun on the right. We need more balancing here of the salt around us. So there's a circle of salt at your feet to help transmute what does not meet this light. Going deep in the hidden shadows of the heart now. I'm drawing the light deeply into the hidden shadows of the heart. More sun than moonlight. Going deep into the right side, deep in the shadow. There's grief, abandonment, resentment, fear, and judgment. Drawing it out, exposing a hole in the heart. Drawing it out. Drawing it up and out. Drawing it out. Kumpala entayo. Kumpala atai. Puula kwanta. Surrounding you now with trees to help balance you out and comfort you with ease. The trees need to come in to release the past. That's what I'm hearing at this time. We need to shed some layers of the past lifetimes. So there's a tree to the left, a tree to the right, northern star in front of you, and the moon and the sun too. The earth opening up her energy, caressing yours intently. The roots of the trees going beneath you. Going to connect to your root in just a moment. So from the heart center, we're drawing out the past timelines that we've cleared. Also ones that need to be drawn out for some. We just need to release them from our energy. The time has come. Just kind of breathe for a moment as I take what looks like a quartz crystal and I start scraping in the heart, scraping out the attachments of the shadow and the past. What doesn't serve, been undone at last. Grief and sorrow, expectations and judgment, resentments and abandonment. Gained new perspectives. You've called your power back. It's time to release them, to rise above. Scraping it out and scraping it out and scraping it out. Time reversing. Time reversing. Drawing it out. Drawing it out. You gain the perspective that was needed now. It's time to rise without any doubt. Drawing this out. There's 3 of them. 3 timelines, 3 past experiences, 3 past realities, 3 layers of past have been undone at last. Drawing them out, drawing them out. And remember the pink and blue light, drawing it in to help everything be new again, to help everything balance and feel love again. Filling the void of the shadow of past. A light body activation is here at last. Kumpala kiataro, tampala uuyo, uuyo, ukaya. Kumpala katayo, tampala katia, kumpala katia. So I see the heart chakra kind of recalibrating. It's almost as if it's balancing out, but it's more than that. It's like when the earth tilted on the axis during the pyramid activations. It's kind of what it shows me. We've released this past life, this past light, this past shadow. We filled it with light, and it's time to let them go. So the heart is no longer tilted that way. It's now tilted a new way. It's recalibrating. A new axis line. Aligning the heart to the new earth axis line. Remember the energies that don't align? Yeah. When we let them go, it happens through us, not to us. Ascension time. So it's like celebration. Somebody's cleared these out. You know, I've been going through things. We all have. So some of us have gained new perspectives. We called our power back. We're seeing new ways through love, unconditional. Letting go of lack. Letting go of lack. Letting go of what held us back from rising into new heights and freedom. The shackles that binded. The shadow that blinded. So within the heart center, remember that light body I just mentioned? It's like an awakening, new gifts applied, new layers of you coming back to the wholeness of the light. It's time to make right. It's time to glow. It's time to show. It's time to grow. It's time to be free from all that was. Coming back to love. So drawing, remember that connection from the heavens above, coming down with light codes. From the higher self. Coming down from the heavens above, these light code activations, going through our connections, our higher chakras, into our crown, into the third eye. And they're kind of embedding in those as well, and into the throat, and into the heart. Drawing all of this down now from the heart to the solar plexus. Ooh, something's there. Something's there. Going into the solar plexus with the pinks and the blues and the sun and the moon helping us too. And that great northern star that truly is you. I see the tree of life growing in the solar plexus, rising into the solar plexus. So here's some DNA. I see the 2 DNA strands. So here's the thing about when we clear our shadow and we begin to release those, our DNA expands. It's an evolution. A great battle is won again. I'm celebrating. That's amazing. I love it. These are no small feats. So the solar plexus is having a hard time. There's dense energies coming out. Dense energies, and I feel it mostly on the right side. This is also what you would call a new timeline jumping, but I don't call it that. It's not time. There's no time. It's vibration. So rising up into new vibrations, to higher lights through the portals of ascension. The thing about the solar plexus is it connects to our soul path. The light of the soul, the light of the sun and the moon, the home of the one. So I'm reconnecting now the solar plexus to the heart center. And that DNA is healing here and upgrading here as well. Drawing out the shadows of the moments before, the lessons in lack, resentment, judgment, and abandonment. So I'm cleaning this out of some of his contracts, our contracts of our blueprint of life. Remember the blueprint card? So there's a snake at our feet representing power. Power coming back. Power upgrading. Realize where we gave it away and we've called it back. So I'm going to draw the sun further into the solar plexus here. Going into hidden spaces of the solar plexus. There's something hidden. There's something that was hidden, like tarry substance. Standing in strength, choosing what was only love, clearing it out, and rising above, rising above, rising above. So there's a reward here going in from Creator, from the heavens above, a recognition of love, a gift from the heavens, from the angels that be, from the northern star, that is truly you and me. So it's like a recognition of a warrior on a whole new level. A warrior of God, of light, and of love. There's like I hear battle scars, right? Recognition. Honoring the scar. It's being written in the Akashic records, by the way, all that's happening today. And I'm bringing in the violet flame now into the solar plexus to help heal the wound, to help heal the hole and the gap of what once was. So there is being a gift applied, whatever that means for you. It'll be unique to everybody. It's not a gift everybody will see. It's a gift you will unravel as you keep following your path. Something amazing, something quite beautiful is coming. So just be open to receive. Just be open to receive. It's something very special that deals with recognition because you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve to be seen, to shine above, for all to love. You truly deserve love. A validation you can't even see coming, they're saying. One of epic proportions. So the shadow's been removed from the solar plexus. Remember, we're going to dump these into those big trees. The trees are here to help us remove these. I don't like the word time because time does not exist, not the way we know it. So it's like past, energy of shadow, shadows before. What left us blinded and binded that we have cleared through choices, through choosing love only, for pushing past and rising above. In Bikyanto. So there's something going on with the heavens, the lakes, and the seas and the mountains and trees. Something of the earth. Hang on. I'm seeing it. Great cracks in the land. Movement and changes. Something opening and swallowing. Exposing. Rearranges. More fire. Like a lightning strike from the heavens above that comes down and big boom. A big boom. A big boom. So like the core of the earth just opened up and rose above. And our solar plexus is adjusting now. Our solar plexus will adjust to the release, a big energy release, a big change of light, change of movement, change of the world. And we could feel it in our feet. So I'm going to take the cords now from our solar plexus down to our sacral and our navel, connecting to the Mother Earth, Mother of life, giving birth to light, the light of the One, the sun and the moon. Recalibration of the navel, the chakra of the navel. It needs to adjust. It needs to move and twist and turn and adjust. So somebody's getting disconnected here from the old world at the navel, like an umbilical cord that was dying. There was no more life support, and a rebirth into the new earth. But all of us are upgrading into a released earth. So there's something coming with the earth. It's a big release, and it creates a new blueprint, a new cycle, connecting to that on a whole new level. So there's DNA going into the navel and the sacral, releasing what was done, releasing what does not belong anymore, and also lessons we have just come through. Some of us that are here now and in the future have gained new perspectives. You survived a battle, so we're removing that past existence of you. I don't like timelines. It's not the truth. It's a vibration. Adjusting the sacral and the navel, balancing them out, drawing more light from the star above you, the great northern star that is truly you. I love that. Bringing it down with the pink and blue light, the sun and the moon. Going down through your upper chakras, into your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, into your navel and your sacral. Here we go. Got it. Bringing in forgiveness, lots of love, granting you access to higher knowledge. The path just shifted. It's changed in front of you, from lessons to movement to rising to your next one. But the path has shifted, almost like it was center, and now it's shifted ever so slightly to the right. New lessons unfolding, new light, new line, new path, adjusted frequency of the heart center and the soul's journey of growth and rising. Growth and rising. We must let go of what doesn't matter. And the more we do this, the more we rise. We must not be fooled by all the karma demise. Don't be fooled by thoughts that are not love. Clear them out and rise above. Let's rise above. Let's rise above. Dropping all this now to the root chakra and undoing those past life, the past knowing, the past that needed growing, the past that we just undid through changing of choices, through seeing past the illusions, the confusions, and the judgments, for seeing past the negativity, the depletion of light. Somebody's returning. Somebody's returning is what I'm hearing. There's a big shift in front of us. Something just shifted. So I've told you before, what we do affects our loved ones. From brightness to light, from blindness to light, from shackles that binded to setting them free, to setting them free. We've set them free. coming home. They're coming home. They're rising above. They're seeing it differently now to what was done and what we can do now. Union of love, union of love, unconditional, unconditional. There's something in the solar plexus to the sacral to the root, so let me tune in. Drawing down more light. Releasing again a past life. There's a wound there. So I'm drawing in the sun. Also citrine. Citrine. Coming in to help heal. To help heal the solar plexus. Into the sacral. And here's the DNA coming into the solar plexus, sacral, navel, and root. And beautiful light of healing and balance to help make everything right. To help make everything right. So there's also power returning to a foundation. A paradigm shift before you. The reality you were seeing has now shifted again through you, through your choices, hidden in disguise. A recognition from the left to the right, becoming one, becoming one, becoming one, becoming one. I do need to bring some light into a gallbladder. Somebody's gallbladder. It's almost like scar tissue, some damage. So I can see like this little section of tissue on it, and I have to send the light in, and I can actually feel it in my gut. A little detox of a kidney is required as well. Going through the bladder and the urinary tract, the ureter. A little UTI, clearing it out. Sending light through the ureter, the urinary tract, and into the bladder. The bladder needs a little bit of sustenance, support. Going also into the tissue and some cellular repair. This helps take on the DNA and the light. Remember, it was like downloads, light body downloads, activations. See, when we heal and we release the shadow, we come into new forms of existence. Not only does our soul upgrade, our mind and our body, our chakras too. It's all the same. It's evolution right in front of you. This is happening now. So through our root, our navel, our sacral, and our solar plexus, there's an alignment of connection back to our heart, our throat and our third eye, and our crown and our causal chakra. Somebody's causal chakra was turned around the wrong way. So I'm adjusting this now. So somebody might actually filter some of this out through their urine. It might turn a little orangey and brown and be a little bit different, but it'll be okay. There was actually a little bit of an infection in somebody, like bacterial, through the ureter, the urinary tract, the bladder, like a UTI, and it's clearing out. It's bacterial, I see it, and it's clearing out, and it's going to be flushed through the kidneys and the urine. pH was off, so I'm balancing the pH. Ooh, I see the eye of the lotus opening up at our feet. As I'm beginning now to take this all down, remember, these are past lives that are about to be purged, or even past moments in breath, not time. Time does not exist as we know it. It's past breath, past moments of light, past moments of knowing and existence that we've now made light, we've now made right, we've now brought higher in frequency through choices hidden in disguise. There's an energy of being proud, not pride, but being proud of what we've just done. Sometimes you see, when we're trying to learn lessons, we feel really alone because it's about our soul growth. They cannot do it for us. It has to be us. It has to be us. It has to be us. Nobody can do it for us, not even the angels. That's interference with life and with choices of free will. So they're all returning back to the presence of knowing, and growing and glowing. So this is going to be a little bit, we have to process. We can process through sweating, through dreams, through grief, whatever it may be, we are going to process. As I drop it all down now, like a wave of light from the heavens above, just flushing and flushing and flushing, coming down with a vengeance from the heavens above through our connection, through our crown and our third eye, through our throat and our heart, from our heart to our solar plexus, to our sacral and navel, and into the root and down the root and into the earth and into the trees that are next to you and me. They're here to help us be free. It's going into the roots of the trees to be drawn out with ease and less resistance. It's going to continue changing your reality, but keep your vibration rising. Keep implementing what you have learned that you need to do. This is a death of what you once were, of what you just come through, a death of the breath before you. I also have to do it for the earth. She's about to process a death. So all of the trees across the planet you see that are alive and well, that feel her call, are stretching their roots down to the core to help her explore the new birth of life. She's about to shed 3 layers. 3 layers from the earth, the water, and the sky. How we see her, how we feel her, we must grieve her. And I think I said this in our chakras. Something about the earth being rebirthed, purging before death, or movement, of groovement, of change. She's about to change. Something something's rearranging and it's a bit jarring. So I'm helping us draw the grief out from processing a part of her death through our system and into hers. The trees are helping the light of the one coming down through the trees, through the breeze and the seas, combining into all of the roots in the earth. So you can see all these roots beneath you and me and in the earth. There's lots of roots and they're moving and growing and moving and growing to the core. They're connecting and touching to the core, to also the water layer. It's almost like they're going to transmute electricity through the trees into the water and into the core, and a big boom, a big boom of death, a layer of death, so we can be reborn. So the earth is rebirthing. She's purging and birthing. She's purging and birthing. And there's a little, like, what I would look like blood in the water from death and birth. So it's purging. It's a purging. Like when I did the Nile and I turned the water blood dry and blood red, and I asked what that meant. Some of you might remember that and some may not. It's on this channel. I asked God what it meant to turn the water red at the Nile. And he told me it's everything we're purging. We are purging now. It's time to purge what doesn't belong. Another layer gone. It's been undone. So the earth is doing it too. She's purging right now. We're helping her do it. We're sending her love. So the trees are drawing in the past of us and of the earth. Her atmosphere, what was done on the earth, 3 layers dying now. We just came through 3 portals. Did you know that? 3 portals. We're purging them now. We're purging them now. So it's like drawing it out of our energy, like into the tree roots. And they're doing it to the earth too. They're drawing it through, and it's processing with Christ's light. It's processing with the light, the one, the sun and the moon, and then a big like boom of the sun to the earth, a big boom, and the moon energy too. This new moon is going to be something special, they're saying. So be aware. So just like with people, the earth is getting a new light body activation. She's purging the past. You're going to see it play out. She's dying. Something's dying, and that's okay. That is okay. We let it go so we can rise to new heights. But she is activating new lights. So sometimes what I do plays out in the next coming of days. Everything I've done is playing out now that I've done since 2019. So does it mean it's going to happen right now? I don't know. We just hold space. We just hold space. She is awakening, and so are you, over these next coming days. So her ability to read you is happening now. The upgraded presence of her reading the upgraded presence of our DNA. She will know who remains. She will know. She is alive. Just like us, she has a soul. Her ability to read our DNA, she's like imprinting it now. Our new coded DNA. So some of them that chose not to stay are detaching more. And that's okay. We have to accept this. We have to let them go. But keep in mind, somebody is returning home. So even the trees are shedding a layer, 3 layers to be exact. I see it like bark shedding off of the trees, just falling off. Some will burn, some will flood, and some it's like lightning, just a big whack. 3 layers of bark shedding off, and new ones born. A new layer of birth, of life, of sun and the moon, and of breath. Breath. So, everything we've just shed from us to the earth is going into the soil and is transmuting. It's like dissolving. It's like becoming different. It's changing and moving, becoming something different, and processing out like raindrops reversing from the ground up. Kayata ua, kayata ua, paule. We're just going to take a moment to honor the death of what once was. In honor to life, in honor to life, So I really had no idea what was coming today, but this was needed in more ways than you even know. It was big for us that heard the call and even the earth. And it's timeless, as time doesn't exist. So whenever you find this, it is for you. Give yourself space to grieve what was done and undone and set free, but rise above through joy and new ways of creativity. Follow the heart's nudges once and for all. She will guide you up. Don't pay attention solely to what's going to fall. It's hard not to notice. It will be seen by all. But send it honor and keep balanced and joy. It's not negative to focus on joy when others must fall. Separation of freedom. You all have freedom, free will of choice. We must honor them all. Just honor them all, knowing it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. Do not focus on fear or what once was. Focus on newness and what we can do now. And embodying love. We must embody love. Embody love. Embody love. So a light body integration into your soul level and into your auric field. Your DNA, heaven's vibration, and for the earth too, through the trees and the breeze, and the mountains and seas, from the sun and the moon, together they please, come down and awaken, oh yeah, a great shaken, oh yeah, DNA activation, oh yeah, into the heavens vibration. Kampalai. Kampalai. the calm before the storm. Kumpala'i, kumpala'i. Processing is complete. You are now free from what was before. With a blink of an eye, it's a new reality that's in front of you. A new path, remember? So follow the heart. Let nothing else stop you. No greed, no judgment, no ego, no fear, and no false timelines. Don't allow them near. Only love, only love. It's time to rise above. Use a vibration of heaven's vibration, the blues and the greens and the yellows and pinks. Allow them to help you, to carry you up. Allow us to rise, because I affect you and you affect me and we affect them. We're all connected. There's a little bit of calm before the storm. Some big crack, and then like a big iceberg is what I see. Like a big wall of ice just cracking right down the center. They're saying a splitting of the seas. A splitting of the seas. Anchoring you now into that connection with your higher self, the seas and the trees, to keep you grounded as you process this for at least the next 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 days, 3. It'll be a 3. So you have shifted a paradigm, which is what some call a timeline, a 1-1-1-1 doorway, foundation. Take a deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and out. Take another for me now. A deep breath in and out. Feel the ground beneath you, wherever that is, outside or in. What it feels like on your skin. Your focus of toes, your heels, and your ankles. What do they feel like? Soak it in. What are your surroundings? What's around you right now? Soak it in. Listen to your surroundings. What do you hear? What's happening around you? Allow it to be near. Your calves and your knees. Move your legs for me, please. Your thighs and your hips. You can stretch, would you please? Your focus in your torso, your tummy, your chest, your throat and your head. Move your neck. Your shoulders and elbows, your arms and your wrists, your hands and your fingers. Can you move them, please, if you wish? Touch your hair, touch your face, touch your surroundings. Bring yourself back to focus as I bring you here and near into yourself, expansive. There's a new version of you, you see, sitting there with you. The trees are going to stay with us and help us stay grounded in this earth shift that we are in. A shaking of a foundation that is false can be quite jarring, but you are safe. You are safe. Follow your heart. You are safe if you follow your heart. Starting to come back into the here and the now, completely processed fully out what was just done. Your body will process however long it needs. You will have symptoms and see things differently. Keep your vibration rising. So important to do. Stay in balance and know God is with you. Take one more deep breath in and release it out. And when we are ready, open our eyes. I'm going to give you your energy back and take mine back from all of you. I feel very strange, very detached. I feel very dizzy. So please take your time. When you can open your eyes, you can open your eyes. This was large for me as well. So I feel extremely hungry, very dizzy and very dehydrated. Just suddenly. Awesome sauce. Wow. I didn't see any of that coming, but then again, I never do. I never do. Hello, Roger. This was a quite profound healing. If you feel called to receive it, I would encourage you to watch the video over again from beginning to end because every part was relevant. I feel a little detached from my own reality, so I'm just trying to hone it in, trying to come back into myself. And Lisa, yes, I've had a lot happening to me too. I've told you that recently, right? I don't remember on which forum, but that I was going through some stuff. Some of us are. Some of us are rising. Some of us are looking within and doing these things, right? And so that's what this was for. This was much needed. And they didn't even tell me that we were purging. I don't like the word timelines, but that's what everybody knows it as. It's just past, right? Versions of ourselves from the past. Lessons that we've just learned. And this is what I try to tell everybody with the ascension is that our karma needs to be intact. Because as we rise, these lessons will play out. And it's up to us to choose love over lack. It's up to us to choose love over judgment and division and, not allow money to create fear within our reality, but instead to learn the creator that we are and all of these things. And as we rise and we learn these lessons, hopefully karma intact and aligned for you to learn from, and we grow as a soul and we clear those lessons through choices, then we call our power back. Then we activate and release what once was and ascend and evolve. And you just witnessed a piece of that. That's why when I undid the Sistine Chapel and the Money Matrix, shortly after that, we did another one of these. So every time we heal and learn and we get to upgrade, you're also releasing what once was. It's like a rebirth. And that's why we're saying some of us will be reborn here. Because you heal so much, you're rebirthed, you're reborn every time. And so take this time. Thank you. That was quite beautiful. It was vulnerable for me, but Take this time to get to know you again, okay? Discover, listen to your heart center, listen to the nudges of the heart, follow your soul path, and keep your vibration rising. Keep filling your surroundings with joy and creations and those heart centered nudges. And don't do anything too much or too little. That's balance, right? A healthy, balanced diet of life through heart center. Okay? All right, you guys. Thank you to those that participated, that heard the call for this. And whenever you do find us, whoever you are, it is timeless. And if you go through another thing and you feel nudged to do this again later, do it again later. Just follow those nudges of the heart center. Okay, with everything and without hesitation. Okay. I didn't know what was coming in this. I never do. So thank you to those who stayed, who participated, who partook, and who were ready for this, because I don't know about you, but I love those who are rising and their hearts are opening and we're becoming one and we're rising into new earth, which is going to be so beautiful. Some of the earth is focused on what's falling. Let us focus on what's rising. Okay. Until next time, I'm starving. I'm going to go fill my vessel after all that. I'm wiped. So I will see you guys soon. Okay. Check out this channel, including the Return of Christ playlist. There's a lot here. Okay. I'll see you next time. Bye.